A dart and a princess seam can both shape the body, but they don't create the same results. One of the most common mistakes I see in pattern making is treating them like they are automatically interchangeable. You notice shaping around the bust or at the waist, and then you ask, should I use a dart or princess seam, or can I just swap one for the other? But in reality, the answer depends on what the garment needs to do. A dart controls shaping in one focused area. A princess seam spreads that shaping through a longer seam line, and that difference affects the fit, the fabric, the construction, and the entire final look of the garments. So in this video, I want to break down the real difference between darts and princess seams, when to use each one, and how to decide. Because once you understand this, you stop choosing them randomly and start choosing them based on the design. Before we talk about the difference, let's start with what they have in common. Both darts and princess seams can be used to shape fabric around the body. They help a flat piece of fabric fit over a curved form, and on the bodice, the most obvious area is the bust. This is why a princess seam isn't just a decorative line, it's also a dart shaping that has been converted into a seam. So when you see a princess seam passing through or near the bust, you're not just looking at an ordinary style line, you're looking at structure. And that seam is helping the garment shape around the bust, waist, and torso. So a dart and a princess seam are connected, but they are not the same. Here's the simplest way to think about the difference between the two. A dart is concentrated shaping. It removes fabric from one area and closes it into a point. And that point is usually aimed at the fullest part of the body, like the bust. So the shaping is focused. It starts from one edge of the pattern and moves towards the body area that needs control. A princess seam, on the other hand, is distributed shaping. So instead of one dart doing all the work, the seam line carries it through the entire garment, which can create a smoother, more sculpted fit and gives you more places to adjust. So when you choose between them, you're not just choosing a look, you are choosing how you want the garment to control the body. A dart makes sense when the garment needs shaping, but the design wants to stay clean and simple. For example, a fitted bodice with one bust dart, a basic bodice with waist dart, a top using a side dart instead of an extra seam line. In these cases, the dart does the job without changing the overall design so much. So you may choose a dart when you want the shaping to be functional but not visually dominant. Darts are also the better call when you don't want to break up your fabric structure with extra seams. For example, if you're working with a bold print, a princess seam may interrupt the fabric print. A dart may be less disruptive. Or if the design is intentionally minimal, extra seam lines may make it look more busy than you want. So a dart can be the better choice when the design needs shape but not too many visible construction lines. But this does not mean darts are automatically easier, because a badly placed dart can still create problems. As a guideline, a bust dart should stop about 1 inch or 1.5 inch away from the bust point. If it's too long and goes all the way to the bust point, you get a bad pointy shape. If it's too short or too far away from the bust point, it won't give enough shaping. And if you point the dart in the wrong direction, the fabric pulls or collapses. So even when you choose a dart, you still need to think about the body, the design, and the fabric. Now, a princess seam makes sense when the garment needs more shaping control across the body. It is especially useful when the design is more fitted, more sculpted, or more structured. For example, if you are working with a fitted dress and you want the bodice to shape smoothly from the bust to the waist, a princess seam can be stronger than relying on one dart. If you are making a bodice that needs to sit close to the body, the princess seam can give you more control. If you are working with a design where the seam line itself is part of the style, then the princess seam can do two jobs at once. It shapes the body and also becomes a design line. This is why princess seams are common in fitted dresses, jackets, corset styled bodices, structured tops, bridal bodices, and garments where the body shape needs to stay close to the body. A princess seam also gives you more places to adjust fits. With a dart, your adjustment area is more limited. With a princess seam, you can adjust along the bust, waist, high bust, under bust, and torso. So if the garment needs close shaping, a princess seam can be very useful. But again, this does not mean princess seams are always better. A princess seam can also create problems if it is not drafted well. If the seam does not pass through the right shaping area, the garment may still pull or look flat. If the curve is too sharp, it may be hard to sew and press smoothly. So the question is not, is this princess seam better than a dart? The better question is, does the design need distributed shaping? Take a simple fitted bodice that needs to shape the bust and come in at the waist, for example. A side bust dart and waist dart would keep the surface area of the bodice clean and simple. But if you convert that same shaping into a princess seam, now you have a seam line running from bust to waist, and your feet feels more sculpted, paneled, and more designed. So both can work, but the result is not the same. That version feels simpler. The princess seam version feels more structured and designed. And the final decision is yours to make. Let's take another example. Let's say we have a person with fuller bust, the bodice is very fitted, and the fabric is a non-stretch fabric that needs to sit close to the body without gaping. Trying to force all of that into one that often doesn't work, but a princess seam lets you distribute it. It helps you control the high bust, the bust curve, the under bust, and the waist along one seam line instead of cramming everything into one point. This is why princess seams are so useful for close fitting garments. Another example. Sometimes the decision isn't about fit at all, but about the design itself. This is where design reading becomes important. If your inspiration design has a seam running from the shoulder or armhole through the bust, ask, is that seam decorative or is it doing shaping work? Because if it's structural, you can't just remove it so you can have fewer pattern pieces. The shaping has to go somewhere else instead. One common mistake people make is thinking a princess seam is automatically more advanced or more professional than a dart, because it's not. A princess seam is not better just because it looks more complex, and a dart is not basic just because it looks simple. The right choice depends on the design. Sometimes a dart is the cleaner, stronger choice, and sometimes a princess seam gives the better result. All you need is clarity on why you are choosing either one. Another mistake people make is drawing a princess seam wherever it looks nice without thinking about the body. Your princess seam still has to relate to the shaping area. If the seam is meant to shape the bust, it needs to relate to the bust area. That does not mean every design must have the seam drawn in the exact same place, but the seam still needs to make sense for the body. So drawing a line and drafting a seam are not the same skill. Another common example is converting a dart into a princess seam and forgetting to check the seam. Once you split the bodice into panels, those panels have to be sewn back together smoothly. So you need to check the seam length, through any lines that look uneven, set notches, account for seam allowances, and also think about pressing. Because a princess seam isn't just a line on the pattern, it is a construction line. Your fabric choice also affects whether a dart or princess seam makes more sense for your garment. A crisp fabric holds both darts and structured princess seams well. A soft drapey fabric can ripple or collapse along a sculpted princess seam if it's not stabilized. A thick fabric gets bulky when too many seams are sewn in the wrong place. A bold print gets interrupted by a princess seam, but a plain fabric lets that same seam become a design feature. So all of this isn't only a pattern decision, it's a design decision. And you have to think of what the body needs, what the design needs, or what the fabric can actually handle. So how do you decide? Here is a simple checklist you can use. Number one, how much shaping does the garment need? If the garment is simple and focused, that's enough. But if the garment needs close shaping across the bust, waist, and torso, lean toward a princess seam. Number two, does the design want a visible seam line, or should the surface stay clean? Number three, does the fabric support your choice? Thick, busy, slippery, soft, structured, or stretchy fabric all change the answer or decision you make. Number four, will the seam help with fitting? If you want more adjustment points, use a princess seam. Number 5, and the most important question of the checklist: where do you want to put the shaping? Because surely the shaping has to go somewhere. You can't just remove it and expect the garment to behave correctly. So when you are turning a design into a pattern, don't start with where do I put the darts. Start with what is this garment trying to control? Is it the bust, the waist, the under bust, or the torso? And how is it supposed to look? Should it be smooth, structured, paneled, or sculpted? Because once you understand the design behavior, the pattern decision becomes clearer. Sometimes you choose a dart, sometimes you choose a princess seam, and sometimes you choose both. The goal is always the same, which is to make the flat pattern support the design on the body. So darts and princess seams aren't just pattern techniques, they are design tools. If your darts, princess seams, or bust and waist shaping still feel shaky, my pattern drafting foundation course is linked below. It helps you build your foundational blocks so you're not manipulating darts on a weak base. And if your biggest struggle is looking at a design and knowing whether it needs a dart, a seam, a panel, or a gather, grab my free design decoding guide. You will find both links in the description box down below. So remember, a dart gives focused control. A princess seam gives distributed control. Neither of them is automatically better. The best choice is the one that supports the body, the fabric, and the design. So the next time you're staring at your bodies, wondering which one to use, don't choose based on habit. Ask what the garment needs to do, because that's where the real pattern decision starts. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.